The Eye on India Festival has been on display in Chicago for 3 years now, and in its first San Francisco edition, it brought together a whirlwind of Indian music, art, and culture. We had a chance to sit down with the folks behind it all. In San Francisco, the highlights included a performance by Shubha Mudgal at the India Community Center and a talk with renowned actress and activist, Shabana Azmi. Diya TV sat down for an exclusive with Ms. Azmi before she went on stage.
Welcome to Diya TV Spotlight. Our guest today is a very special lady, Shabana Azmi. So tell us, what made you get involved in Eye of India?
I think Eye on India is an idea whose time has come. It's a robust way of introducing to mainstream America what is rich and beautiful.
Is there one experience in particular that resonates with you to this date, where you sort of, when you sit down with your cup of chai in the morning, you think of, that was a lovely time?
There are many instances like that, but what I'd like to share over here is something that my father once told me, because my father set up an NGO called Midwan Welfare Society in a tiny little village in Azamgarh, UP. I asked him, when you're working for change, don't you feel frustrated when change doesn't happen at the rate that you want it to? And he said, when you're working for change, you should build into that expectation the possibility that change might not occur within your lifetime. And yet you must have confidence that if you carry on working with sincerity and dedication, then change will occur, even if it does so after you're gone. So where is the place for frustration? And that to me is my mantra.
With us right now is Sanjay Roy. He's the producer for the Jaipur Literature Festival and the Eye of India Festival, taking place nationally here in the U.S. Welcome to America, Sanjay. What's the experience been like so far?
Amazing. I mean, we've been very excited about America for the last few years, and we think it's this great place to come in and try and create a difference, which in Chicago and Seattle we've been able to do over the last 3 years, and we're hoping to expand that into San Francisco starting this year.
Talk a little bit about, mainstream America, the way it portrays South Asian culture. For the most part, we're limited to either Bollywood or curry and beautiful saris and lovely colors. How much of that is our own responsibility as South Asians to educate, and how much is it for others to learn on their own?
Well, I think what you forgot there is much of America or the Western world also looks at Bhangra as the big export. But you're absolutely right. It's so important today to be able to broad base the cultural context, because when you look at a culture like that of South Asia, it's more than just its food. It's more than just being spicy. It's more than just, it's not just about snake charmers and camels and elephants and maharajas. It's actually about a nation on the move. It's about a people with an ambition. And in America, especially today, you have so many professionals who've come out of the subcontinent. And I really include all countries of the subcontinent in this mix: Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, and Sri Lanka.
And now the lady who's put this all together here in the Bay Area, Ambika Sahai, the director of Eye of India. Ambika, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You guys have done a wonderful job bringing this sort of whirlwind taste of India to the West. Tell us, first of all, how you got involved in this.
So it really was a chance meeting with Sanjay. I had heard about the Eye in India in Chicago, which was absolutely breathtaking, and I wanted something like that here in the Bay Area. And he was like, yeah, we'd love to come. And so I said, let's do it. Let's bring the festival here. And that's how it happened.
In the wake of the gang rape in Delhi in December, society it went through a great upheaval, and everybody started thinking about what they could do to make the situation a little better, and whether they had a role to play in that. And within the film industry also, there was a kind of churning, where it was believed by a section of people that although it would be silly to say that a gang rape happens because there's an item number, that there is a direct connection. But we have to look at the subliminal texting that goes on. And if we look particularly at the item number, there are item numbers and item numbers, but they seem to be getting coarser, and they seem to be getting more vulgar and more obscene every day. And they aren't a part of the film. It's not as if the girl is a cabaret dancer and so she's singing something lasciviously like that. She is doing it just as a stand-alone thing. I have a problem with it because I think we have to accept that vulgar movements, voyeuristic camera angles don't celebrate a woman's sensuality. They objectify her and they commodify her. The whole business of cinema is the business of images. And when you see fragmented images of a heaving bosom, a swiveling hip, a thrusting pelvis, you aren't celebrating sensuality. It's wonderful to celebrate sensuality. You're actually objectifying the woman.